4 minutes past 11 from the studios of Advice 8.9 FM. Good morning and welcome to this week's edition of Aketi's Working. Simply in Yoruba, Aketi Shishe. Orúkọ tèmi ni Dimeji Daniels, and we'll be doing it in Yoruba and English. I have with me on the program this morning the special advisor to the Ondo State Governor on political matters and former Speaker Ondo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Victor Labiton. You're welcome on the program.
Thank you very much.
Ora, ẹ jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ lédè àbínibí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o.
Àìsàn tó wà ń ta yìí, COVID-19, or kákú sọ pé coronavirus. Ṣé bá wo oríṣiríṣi àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ káàkiri àgbáyé ìjọ tiẹ̀ ni wọ́n á ní kó nílé gbélé káwọn èèyàn dúró sílé wọn kó má jáde má bọ̀wọ́. Má dìmọ́yàn bó lẹ́ni bá ń wúkọ́ nítòsí ibi tó wà kó jìnnà sí ẹni bá máa wúkọ́ kó wúkọ́ kó fi nǹkan bo ẹnu. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo oríṣiríṣi akitiyan ní ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo lábẹ́ gómìnà Rotimi Akeredolu ni wọ́n ti gbé kalẹ̀ pé kí àìsàn yìí kó má tàn kálẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Ondo. Ojú wo lẹ ṣe rí oríṣiríṣi akitiyan yìí àti pé ìjẹ́ ẹ rí pé àwọn èèyàn ń tẹ̀lé.
Ṣé olóòtú ní àkọ́kọ́ ká dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run wàá ràn wá wọ́dé ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo yàtọ̀ sí ẹyọ kan tí a sì rí. Mo sì ní ìgbàgbọ́ wípé COVID-19 tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ yìí kò ní gbilẹ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ wa. Ohun tí mo fẹ́ kí àwọn ènìyàn wa nílé kọ́kọ́ bá wa mú ṣe ni wípé ká dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run pé ó ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Ẹyọ kan tá a rí náà ká tó rí ó dàbẹ́ ní
ó ṣe díẹ̀
lẹ́ta sí. Ó dẹ̀ dàbẹ́ ní wípé ẹni yẹn náà nígbà tó ń bọ̀ ó fúnra sí ara ẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ ti gbé ara ẹ̀ pamọ́. Orí gbígbé pamọ́ yẹn ni àìsàn yìí fi hàn sí lára. A sì dúpẹ́ pé ìgbésẹ̀ tí ìjọba gbé. Ká dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run fún gómìnà tá a ní tó jẹ́ onígbàgbọ́ tó dẹ̀ sọ fún wa ní ká gbàdúrà ọjọ́ mẹ́ta èyí tí gbogbo àwọn kìrìsìtẹ́nì àti mùsùlùmí àti ẹlẹ́sìn ìbílẹ̀ gbogbo wa tá a ti ṣe lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá tá a ti gbàdúrà sọ́lọ́run torí èmi ní ìgbàgbọ́ kan wípé àìsàn tí ò gbóògùn tó ń ja gbogbo ayé yìí Ọlọ́run fi ń jẹ́wọ́ ara ẹ̀ ni o. Ó fi ń sọ fún àwa ọmọ ènìyàn pé òun lọ́lọ́run o pé lẹ́yìn òun kò sẹ́lòmíràn o. Ẹ rí i pé gbogbo àwọn òyìnbó pẹ̀lú gbogbo sáyẹ́ǹsì àti gbogbo ẹ̀ta pariwo sọ́tún pariwo sósì kíní ò tí ì sóògùn tá a fi tò lójú o. Àwọn tí wọ́n ń rí ìgbàlà nínú kíní oore ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run ni o. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé oore ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run náà ó máa la Nàìjíríà kọjá ó máa la ìpínlẹ̀ wa kọjá. A ò dẹ̀ ní rí ogun àìsàn o. Àìsàn kò gbóògùn ní yálé wa o. Nípa àwọn ohun tí ìjọba ti ṣe.
Kó tó di pé mẹ́nu lọ ẹni tí ó ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo yìí ǹjẹ́ ìkáwọ́ ìjọba ló wà nísìn àbí.
Ìkáwọ́ ìjọba ló wà.
Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo.
Yes, ó wà ní ibi ilé tí wọ́n kọ́ fún wọn. Isolation center ní ẹ̀gbẹ́ School of Nursing ibẹ̀ ni.
Báwo ni ṣé ó ń ṣe dáadáa.
Ó ń ṣe dáadáa lágbára Ọlọ́run ó ń ṣe dáadáa. Ohun tí èmi kàn fẹ́ sọ ni pé gbogbo akitiyan tí ìjọba gbé kalẹ̀ mo fẹ́ rọ àwọn ènìyàn wa àìsàn yìí kò gbóògùn. Oògùn ẹ̀ ni wípé má fara kàn mí sún sẹ́nì kejì ẹ tó bá rẹni tó wúkọ́ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ tí kọ́ yẹn kù díẹ̀ káàtó àbẹ́ni tó ń sín lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó ẹ tètè sọ torí nọ́mbà àwọn wọ̀nyẹn wà tó lè tètè wá wò ó pé wọ́n suspect pé o ní COVID adẹ̀ test yẹ o ní COVID kò tí ì pa ẹ́ o. Kì í ṣe àìsàn tó ń pààyàn náà bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n àìsàn tí ò dáa ni Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ kó yà sílé wa o. A rọ àwọn ènìyàn wa nípínlẹ̀ Ondo gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀ tíjọba ń gbé ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀lé. Social distancing is very very important. Don't shake another person's hand. Don't hug. Make sure that when you are talking, you are a little bit far from the person you are talking to, so that ètò ẹnu ẹ kó má lọ ta kó má lọ drop sí droplet ẹ má bọ́ sí mú kó má bọ́ sẹ́nu kó má bọ́ sójú kó má wọnú etí. tí gbogbo wọ̀nyí tá a bá ti ṣe ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ká rí àìsàn náà.
Okay, let's talk about the index case in Ondo State. I will learn that it came in from outside the country. Is that right? Now, it must have met with people. Is Ondo State trying to trace some of this?
All those that have been involved one way or the other with the index man have all been identified, and they are all under isolation.
Okay.
And they are all being tested, and the result will be made public.
Okay.
And that is it, because it's very clear what you have said. And we want to thank the army authorities. They did a good job by ensuring that all those who have one way or the other had contact with him are identified, they are brought out, they are isolated, and they are doing something to make sure that the thing does not spread. And I believe it will not spread by the grace of God.
Okay, now let's talk about some of the measures put in place by the Ondo State government to stem the tide of this thing, to ensure that it does not spread in Ondo State. Part of it is the advisory that people should stay at home, that people should avoid crowded places. Market have been shut down, but when you go into the state capital, you see taxis working. These taxis, they convey passengers from one place to another. There's no way you can avoid. Ensure social distancing on the commercial taxi. For instance, in some other places, taxis are not allowed to work. Is the Ondo State government doing anything about it?
I think what the Ondo State government has done is a very good one. You see, we in Ondo State, we are not terribly hit, and we will not be terribly hit. And in order to make life comfortable for our people, the government decided that taxis are allowed to walk, but they can only carry 3 passengers, 2 at the back, 1 in front.
And is that what is happening? Because
there are task force that is enforcing that. Task force are all over the place enforcing that, ensuring that it is not more than that. And Okada riders are not allowed to pick more than 1 passenger. Usually before you see them 3, 4 on an Okada, but this time it has to be 1. And where you carry more than 1, the task force will arrest you. Government allow people to go to the market, particularly those who sell foodstuffs. When it was abused, that was why market was closed down. And there are skeletal markets created in some places because our people need to buy food, our people need to buy drug, our people need to do a lot of things. And because of this, and because we have not completely shut down, we must allow for this minimal interaction. The appeal we want to make,
but there are people. I've seen places. Because I come from Ekiti every day. I've seen places in Ondo State where people who don't sell food items, who sell plates, who sell family
implements. The problem with
our
our people is that our people will always abuse some of these things, and there are many of our people who does not believe that there is COVID. They don't believe in coronavirus. They will say it's an attempt to do this, that, but we still have to continue to beg the armor be one you, because in the ayé tá wà wọ́n bẹ̀ yàn jayé o. Ayé àtijọ́ náà sọ fún wọn kì í bẹ̀ yàn jayé. Láyé tá wà yìí torí tá ò bá bẹ̀ ẹ́ kó jayé wàhálà tí wàá dá sílẹ̀ ipa wa lè má ka. And that is why government is still appealing. We don't want a total where there were total shutdown. The people are
places
really,
like Lagos, Abuja,
the FCT. It's
even in
terrible. Ekiti, Osun, very terrible. When our people go there, they will not pray for shutdown. And we are appealing to our people. Obey these simple rules. There is nothing wrong in it. If you go to the bank, wait patiently. Let them move you inside the bank little by little. And you do your transaction and you leave. There are places in Lagos and Abuja, there are no banks.
Yeah. But
therefore, where do the people go?
The banks you mentioned, that's another big issue in Ondo State. Yesterday, I drove by Isaiah Adebola, and you needed to see this. Some of these new generation banks. I don't want to mention it. Around Adebola, between Adebola and Old Garage, they put up canopies in front of the banks, and and people were packed under these canopies. It was really a terrible sight.
You see, one thing that amazes me about Ondo State is that when there was no corona, when you get to most of these banks, you don't see people. But today, because of they say there is corona, every day the banks are jam-packed. Every day the jam. And when you get there, you discover that most of these people has little or no transaction that they can transact under this thing that they will bring to
but can you blame them? Some of them are scared that there could be total shutdown and they need money to stock.
Okay, if they do total shutdown now, would they go and do it? Why can't they do it little by little? You see, we don't have to panic. We do a lot of panicky measures here. Everybody there, some people are even withdrawing their money. Some people are doing everything. Do they tell them that heaven is going to fall? Even if heaven will fall, it will fall on all of us. And now, heaven is not going to fall. And this time will pass away. I think we should be able to endure. I think we should be able to follow the law.
What is the Ondo State government?
I think what the Ondo State government has done,
some of these banks.
Yes, what the Ondo State government has done about it. In fact, it was the advice of the Ondo State government that enabled this bank to go and hire canopy and put in front of their banks, so that because of sun,
no social distance is happening.
The social distance, the government ensure that those social distances are maintained. And what we do is that
yesterday.
We have task force.
Many people.
We have task force all over the place, and where there are too many, and this thing, the task force disperses everybody and asks the bank to shut down. At least if there is no way to go in, you cannot do it. Because yesterday evening,
this particular bag I'm talking about, I saw it yesterday, but before then people have been telling me about it, and I saw it yesterday.
Yes, I know the bank we are talking about at Adegbola area.
It has been happening.
And with that bank, I think the Ondo State Task Force is working on it, and something drastic will happen about that bank at Adegbola, because even while I was coming now, the crowd there was much. And I think it's our people that are not listening. This time is not government, this time is not Akeredolu, this time is not, it's our people. Our people don't do. I don't know why we cannot obey simple law. They say don't obey social distancing, obey it. Don't be crowded, obey it. It's for our own good. When it happens to you. Government can take care of the responsibility of taking care of you, but it's your family that is going to be at the brunt at the end of the day.
And you never can tell. You could survive, you could
survive, and you may not survive.
Yeah.
And because of that, I think I'm appealing to our people in Ondo State. Let us obey these simple rules. We have not been caged now. There is no total lockdown. If our people knows what those who are under total lockdown, what they are going through, they will not pray for it in Ondo State. And we appeal to our people. We appeal to our people. They should obey these simple laws. And we are appealing to this bank at Adegbola that they should dismantle all the things they are doing in that place and stop all this social. The crowd there is much, and it's every day. Is it the only bank that is in existence? What are they doing that is so special that others cannot do? Why is it that bank all the time? And something must be happening. And I think the task force is listening, and they are going to do something. And I can assure you, something drastic will happen, and it will not happen again.
Let's talk about Easter Sunday. We learned that the Ondo State government is allowing churches to hold services and all of that, but not with too much crowd anyway. Why this decision? Because in some other places, churches are completely shut.
I thank you very much, and I want to say that's a good one. CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria, Ondo State, they met the governor and they presented their case that Easter Sunday is such a special day in the Christian calendar.
Yes.
They then asked that they will be allowed to go to church on this day, and that on this day they will obey all the laws put in place,
hand washing,
everything, that they will maintain it, and that churches, those big churches, that they will break their services into smaller sections, I know, for example, in my own church, we have broken our service into about 3 for this Sunday, this coming Sunday. There will be one 8 to 9. There will be one 9 to 10. There will be one 10 to 11. And before 12, that is the limit, everything will be all over. And we have been contacting through social media platform and everything. And other churches are doing same. And like in my church, we have asked some people to come to church on Saturday and come and arrange the church and maintain those social distancing in everything, so that those who will come to church, we have been telling them, we will know the number that is coming. It is those number that will come in, the service will be conducted, they will go. And we have asked, there will be no children's service.
Okay.
All children's service is not allowed.
So the kids will stay with their parents?
The kids will stay there, their parents. No, let the kids stay at home. Somebody will stay with them. It's not compulsory that
everybody should not come to.
It's not everybody that will come to church. Therefore, and being a Christian state, and because our governor is a God-fearing governor, he believes so much in God. That is why, if not, how many states, even Nigeria, how many states has asked everybody to pray for 3 days? It's only in Ondo State.
I think it's only Ondo State. Okay.
And we have done it. And what the governor has done is that, and he emphasized, and he continued to emphasize, where there is no compliance, the task force will disband immediately. And it's just for between 8 and 12. And after 12, all churches close down again.
Now,
and it's to
right, Honorable Olabinta, there is a tendency for, sometimes for some of our people to abuse some of these things.
We will not allow.
What will government do tomorrow? On Sunday, to ensure that churches keep strictly to these measures?
What we have done, what we have put in place is that the task force will be enforced. This task force, we have one at the state level, and we have at all the 18 local government.
Okay.
All of them will go all out that day, with the police, with the civil defense, with road safety, and all of them, all the security agencies, to make sure that there is compliance. We will comply in Ondo State. And, we love God, and we want to, you see, that Sunday will also be used to intercede. Because what is happening is not ordinary.
Let me ask you a serious one. I've had people say that the same thing is playing out in Edo. Because of election, this is election year in Edo and in Ondo State, that these two governors, Akeredolu and Obaseki, are not strictly, enforcing some of these measures because they don't want to step on toes because we're in election year.
No.
Well, you're the special advisor.
Yes,
you would know the thinking within your kitchen cabinet.
Akeredolu values the life of the people of Ondo State than power and politics. Because without the people, there is no power and there is no politics. It is when you have the people, it is then you can be talking, you want power. Abi? It is then you talk politics. The issue is not, the issue is about life. And he values life so much. And as a result, he's not playing prank. He's doing it sincerely, conscientiously. And that is why he continued to emphasize. And that is why he continued to emphasize. We were one of the states that first of all put all these measures in place. And if we have done that, and if we have a task force that is going around to enforce, then you must know. How many states in the Southwest? How many states?
How often does this task force go around?
Listen, how many states in the Southwest have done fumigation? We have almost.
AKD has done that. Lagos has done that.
Yes, but we have done it. We did it before most of them.
But
they copy us. Therefore, we know what we are talking about. That we are doing well.
All right, Honorable Olabinta. Lagos did before you anyway.
Lagos, you know what Lagos is all about now. You say Lagos did before us. When this thing started, the first thing Lagos, the federal government did was to give Lagos. Listen,
and I should think my own state did before you.
10 billion naira.
I said I should think my home state also.
Your state never did before us. We were before Ekiti.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about you mentioned the task force going around. How often do they do that?
They do it. They are always there. They are always going around. Even while I was coming, I saw them at the
And they are firm.
They are firm, very firm, very firm. The leader of the team cannot be compromised. It cannot be compromised. You can't compromise him.
Because why I'm asking you that is that, in some other places and also at some of these borders, where states have shot their borders, you see some of the people manning some of these posts, taking money from people who ordinarily should not even be on the road.
Listen, that one is the Nigerian factor. And in all you do, always factor the Nigerian factor. The average Nigerian, what does he do?
Should we continue on that path?
That is the question we should ask. I should ask myself, and you should ask yourself. That everybody should ask himself. That if you are asked to do this thing, do it conscientiously, do it religiously. But some people, they will say, "Tabati ramo níṣẹ́ ẹrú àfijẹ́ tọmọ." Irú iṣẹ́ ẹrú wo ni pé má jẹ́ kí mọ́tò wá láti Èkìtì, má jẹ́ kí Èkìtì ó kọjá sí ọ̀hún, ó dẹ̀ gbowó, ó jẹ́ kí mọ́tò ó kọjá. Ṣé Akérédolú ló gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ àbí commissioner of police? Ìwọ tá a fi síbẹ̀ kọ́ ló bọmọ jẹ́ ni. Bísí, what we are saying is that ṣé mọ gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń ṣe ní orílẹ̀-èdè yìí, particularly ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí, èmi àti ìrẹ a gbọ́dọ̀ béèrè lọ́wọ́ ara wa. Ǹjẹ́ àwa gan ń ṣe ẹ̀tọ́ wa bí? Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa ẹ̀ṣẹ̀tọ́ wa o.
Is there a way?
Ìjẹ́ tó yẹ ká ṣe àṣe.
Right honourable, ìjẹ́ ó ní ọ̀nà tí ẹ lè gbà láti rí i pé àwọn tí wọ́n ń wu ìwà àbàjẹ́ yìí.
Ọ̀nà tó a lè gbà náà ni pé ìwọ ṣe mọ̀ pé ìwà ìbàjẹ́ yìí ti pín sọ́nà méjì báyìí. Ìwọ tó wọn ní kó jòkó sílé ẹ, tó jòkó sílé ẹ, tó gbé mọ́tò tó ló ń lọ sí Èkìtì.
Tó ti rí i pé ó rọrùn láti fún àwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀ ní nǹkan.
Ẹni tó dẹ̀ wà ń bẹ̀ ìgbà tó máa fún ó gbà á. Tó bá mọ̀ pé ẹni tó wà ń bẹ̀ ò ní gbà á, kò ní kúrò nílé ẹ̀, ìyẹn ìkíní. Ìkejì, tó wọn ò bá kúrò nílé ẹ̀, ẹni tó wà ń bẹ̀ ò ní rí láti sọ pé kó mú nǹkan wá. Tí o rí pé àtẹ̀mí àti rẹ báyìí la nídìí àti
torí ẹni tí ò kì í ṣe dókítà òun ṣe nurse òun kì í ṣe ọlọ́pàá òun kì í ṣe journalist.
kí ló ń wá kiri. Èmi rò pé àwọn gbogbo àwọn agbófinró wa tó wà ní gbogbo bọ́dà wọ̀nyí tó bá ti lè establish pé o kì í ṣe ọlọ́pàá, o kì í ṣe agbófinró àti agbófinró, o kì í ṣe dókítà àbí nọ́ọ̀sì, o sì lára àwọn task force. Gbogbo àwọn task force yẹn ló ní identity card.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
O sì ní òkìdẹ kì í ṣe oníròyìn tó ń ṣe kankan. Tán bá rí ẹ ṣe ló yẹ kí wọ́n mú. Tán bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í mú wọn oníkálukú agbélé.
bá a dúró sílẹ̀. Ó dàrọ ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ ní tẹ́ bá wo àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ míì láti Ògùn títí lọ sí Èkó, kódà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ni ìjọba ti ń pín àwọn kan díẹ̀díẹ̀ bí oúnjẹ ni, kódà ìjọba àpapọ̀ bí owó ni fún àwọn ènìyàn tẹ̀bá ní kéèyàn gbélé. Pàápàá àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́, àwọn ní kinní yìí ló dàbí pé àwọn ló bàjù torí owó òòjọ́ ni. Àwọn dírẹ́bà wa tẹ́ pé tí wọ́n bá jáde tí wọ́n bá gbèrò kò sí mọ́ ìfẹ́ ro. Ẹ wo ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo sìn ní kàn máa kọjá sí state mi. Taxi lè máa ṣiṣẹ́ lóòótọ́ taxi ìgboro, bọ̀ àwọn èèyàn tó yẹ pé wọ́n á gbèrò láti ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo lọ sí ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì, gbèrò láti Èkìtì láti Ondo lọ sí Ọ̀ṣun. Kí ni ìgbà wo gan níjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo fẹ́ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pín bóyá oúnjẹ ni o bóyá owó ni o fún àwọn aráàlú?
Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ náà mo fẹ́ fi àsìkò yìí dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn ènìyàn wa nípínlẹ̀ Ondo fún ìfaradà wọn. Gómìnà ti gbé ìgbìmọ̀ kalẹ̀ tí à ń pè ní palliative committee. Ìgbìmọ̀ yìí wà lábẹ́ aláṣẹ Pastor Akínọlá Olótù. Ìgbìmọ̀ yìí ní àwọn tí ìjọba yàn síbẹ̀. Lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta báyìí àti ti kó àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn pẹ̀lú wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn tí ń ṣojú àwọn ẹlẹ́sìn Kristẹni àti Mùsùlùmí, gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn oníṣẹ́, àwọn òṣìṣẹ́, àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́, àwọn ìyálọ́jà àti mú representative wọn ìjọba gọ́vùnà ti fi wọ́n sí. Wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ bí mo ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí o. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣàlàyé kan fún yín o. In Ondo State, for now, there is no lockdown.
Okay.
Our people are still moving. Our people can still buy. We know the little measures put in place is biting.
People cannot go to the market
People
to
cannot
open
go
their
to
shops.
the market to open their shops, but some are opening their shop behind. You know, Nigerians will always circumvent, but we will not talk about. The committee that is put in place is just to buy food items that will be distributed to our people. And the target people are the vulnerable people, the old people, and the disabled,
Physically challenged.
the physically challenged people. These are the target audience. The committee at the state level, they are not to distribute.
Okay.
It's not their function to distribute.
Who's going to do
Their
the
function
distribution?
is just to package, and which they are doing now. Now they are packaging gari, they are packaging rice, they are packaging beans, they are packaging flour, yam flour, and all those things. They are packaging all this. They are junk that they eat, like what they call it?
Noodles.
Indomie, noodle, this thing.
Let's call it noodles.
Noodles. They are
No
packaging.
brand name.
They are packaging it. You know, some of us don't eat such food.
I know.
That is why
You eat alright plantain.
Yes.
That's what you eat.
Yes, that's
I
what
know.
Yes. That is what they are packaging now. After they have done the packaging, they will now launch it at the state level.
Okay.
The governor will do the launching, and it will now go to the local governments. Local government will now come and take. And in each local government, a committee has been set up, headed by the honorable commissioner from that local government.
Okay.
Co-chairman by the honorable member.
That's
If there are two,
that's the lawmaker.
yes,
House
the
of Assembly
lawmaker.
member.
Yes, the House of Assembly member. If there are two, they are joint chairmen with the commissioner. Then there are other members, two notable members of the community, religious leaders, members of COWAN, all those things. They will co-opt them, and the distribution is going to be very simple. The distribution is not going to be on party basis. So there is no party in
Because
this.
I was about asking how you
COVID-19
how you going to
has no
identify
party.
some of these people. Okay.
Yes, COVID-19 has no party.
Because in some cases, people have been complaining that only party members.
No.
are getting it.
These are government people. Okay, the religious leader that they are going to put in the local government, the community leader they are going to put, are they party people?
All right, Honorable.
Notable
You and I understand how these things work in Nigeria. You know, sometimes
Yes.
some of these people belong to parties. They may not have membership card, but they have sympathy.
You see, I want to seize this opportunity to appeal to them that we should remove politics from it.
Okay.
Because the governor is not playing politics with it at all. He doesn't want it, and he wants everybody. No politics. This is about the life of our people. This committee will now devise means of distributing these items to the people earlier mentioned. Àwọn arúgbó, àwọn tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó fún, àwọn tó jẹ́ pé tọ́lọ́hún dá bẹ̀tẹ̀ tí wọ́n ní àìlera kan àbí ìkejì tó jẹ́ pé àtijáde wọn àti rìn wọn nínú gbàtà wàyí ó jẹ́ ìṣòro. Àwọn oúnjẹ wọ̀nyí
àwọn ìyálọ́jà tí ò lè ṣí ṣọ́ọ̀pù nǹkan
gbogbo ẹ̀ náà láti identify oúnjẹ ìbọn ṣe máa pín ni wọ̀nyí o wọ́n máa pín ní palace kábíyèsí gbogbo àwọn láàfin àwọn ọba àwọn tó bá identify láàfin ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ní mọ́ṣáláṣí àwọn community leader kan wà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n notable láàrin ìlú gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ wọ́n máa pín láàrin wọn kò sí kankan tá a fẹ́ pín politically nú ẹ̀hún gbogbo àwọn wọ̀nyí bá ṣe bá identify wọn ni wípé àwọn community àwọn irú church báyìí tá a bá gbé débẹ̀ kò sí church tí ò mọ àwọn tó wà vulnerable láàrin wọn abẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
tẹ bá ti dé church tẹ fẹ́ mọ àwọn tó vulnerable jù wọ́n mọ̀ wọ́n tẹ bá dé mọ́ṣáláṣí wọ́n mọ̀ wọ́n tẹ bá dé palace ọba tẹ àwọn ìjòyè yẹn jòkó wọ́n mọ̀ àwọn tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó fún wọ́n mọ̀ àwọn tó yẹ kíní wọ̀nyí tá bá ti wá tó bá ti identify wọn àwọn wọ̀nyí la máa pín gbogbo kíní wọ̀nyí fún wọ́n á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í pín fún wọn wọ́n á dẹ̀ máa pín fún wọn gbogbo èèyàn ládẹ̀ máa rí kì í ṣe pé wọ́n fẹ́ lọ pín lábẹ́ tébùrù wọ́n fẹ́ lọ ṣe mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé lágbára Ọlọ́run ní kò pẹ́ kò jìnnà between now and
tó tó dìgbà àjíǹde àbí àjíǹde.
kó tó dìgbà àjíǹde wọ́n á bẹ̀rẹ̀. láti wákàtí ìlọ́kó tó dìgbà jíǹde wọ́n á bẹ̀rẹ̀, because I have seen what they have done a lot. They have done a wonderful job, and the thing will go, and they will know that Akeredolu meant well for the people of Ondo State.
Now
he's doing it with finesse.
Right.
He's doing it with touch.
Right,
not just doing
in some places where some of these food items are being shared out to people, we saw a crowd. Now you just mentioned that these things will be shared.
There will be no crowd
will be shared in palaces, in churches, in mosques, places of worship. How do you intend to control the crowd? You know how it is with some of our people.
There will be no crowd. I'll tell you why. As I speak with you, these people are being identified. The churches have been notified, the mosques have been notified, all of them have been notified. They are compiling their names in all the local governments now. That is being done.
Why not take it to their houses? Why not take it to their houses?
Listen to me. The one for the old people, they will not come there.
Okay, they will take it to their houses.
They will take it to their houses. But they must be identified first.
What about the physically challenged too?
They will identify them. They are being identified. We have to contact the physically.
So it will be easier for to take it to the houses of the physically challenged.
The physically challenged, they have an association. They are working with the association. The association, you see, this physically challenged, they are the most organized as far as this country is concerned. They know every of their member. They have their phone number. They know their house. They know it. Therefore, when people just talk, we just laugh. They identify their own people. Therefore, they identify them local government by local government. And when it comes, their own, we'll hand it over to them. They know how to distribute it on their own, and there will be no crisis. They obey.
Let's talk about
very, very thorough.
Right, Honorable Labida, let's talk about the fundraising committee.
Yes.
Set up, put in place by the governor, Rotimi Akeredolu.
Yes.
A lot of issues cropped up. You know, when the membership of that committee was made public, a lot of people had issues, and the son of the governor is one of the members on that committee, and that it shouldn't be. I read comments, on the social media, for instance, about people citing stances in other states where former governors, notable indigenes of the states, are members of similar committee in other states.
Thank you very much. There is this adage. This is the way we have been doing it. Must we continue? Can't we have a change? Can't we once move forward? States are bound to do what they want to do. Let me make it succinctly clear to our people at home. That committee, the fundraising committee, is to raise fund for those that might be involved in this COVID-19. They are to raise more fund. They are not to spend the money.
Okay.
They don't spend. Even the one that are set up in
but they manage the funds.
They manage the funds. But they are not the ones spending it. They collect the money, they raise the money down, and they put the money there. When the interministerial committee on COVID, when they need money, maybe they want to buy drug, they want to buy this ventilator, they want to do this, they want to do that.
They go to them.
They give them money. When we want to do this, like this, some of this palliative, they want to help, they want to assist, they give them money. They don't spend the money. They disburse money. They help to raise fund. People have said a lot of things about the committee.
You know why I ask you that? During the third anniversary of the governor, there was this video that a lot of people saw where the governor was saying that.
I will answer your question.
Let me ask you this one. Where the governor was saying that his son, did more than some of the people in the party, and that he could have appointed him. Is that a continuation of that?
Let me tell you something.
Because some people felt offended by the governor's position at that time.
You may feel offended.
No, I'm not talking about me. I said some people.
Some might feel offended because they don't know.
Okay.
and we are here to let them know.
Okay.
There are two angles to this issue. Before I come to the issue of the governor, son, they said the members of the committee, all of them are from Owo. This, that group. Mr. Shifalowo, who happened to be the chairman of the committee, is the chairman and chief executive officer of Greenwich Trust Nigeria Limited. He is from Okitipupa local government. He is not from Owo. Engineer Akin Odumakinde, who happened to be the chairman of Delta Afrique, is an Ilara-born illustrious son.
Ilamoki.
No, Ijare.
Okay, Ijare.
From Ijare. He's an illustrious son of Ijare. About 4 or 5 years ago, he single-handedly repaired the road from Akure to Ijare.
Is that the same man people say is a friend to the governor?
I don't know how anybody can be a friend to the governor.
I'm just asking.
Yes, he can be a friend to the governor.
I'm just
but
asking.
I know
I'm just asking for our people because
Yes,
I know
yes.
people say the governor has a friend from Ijare.
Listen, it's because he.
And that 2 years ago he attended a burial there, of his.
I don't know 2 years ago that he attended a burial. I know that every illustrious son of Ondo State, if he invites the governor to his program, I think the onus is on the governor to attend. The governor has attended almost all the programs done by Adeojo. Almost all. Almost all. These are illustrious sons of Ondo State. You want to bring them home to come and help this state, for God's sake. Engineer Odumakiwa is well known. He's an illustrious son of Ondo State. He controls a lot of this thing. These are the people that are reigning now. When we talk in terms of who are the people reigning, whether in the financial sector, whether in the business sector, these are the people reigning now. Engineer Odumakinde is one of them. He's an illustrious son of this state. How many children, how many sons of this state have you seen that will tie road from Akure to his village? He did it. Go and find out. Do you know how much millions that will have cost you? He did. Listen.
Let's go with your list.
Listen. He did that before Akeredolu became governor. If Akeredolu happens to know him,
let's go with your list.
Yes. We also have this Cecilia Akintomide from Ileoluji. He was a former vice chairman and secretary general of African Development Bank. These are the people you have in this committee. And the last of them, Jide Fagboyegun of Jov Nigeria Limited. Who does not know Jide Fagboyegun in this state? The fact that he's from Owo, does that preclude him from being a member? And if governor decide that we are not going to make this committee wieldy, that these people can go to all our people, can solicit from the financial sector, from the business sector, from everywhere, and get some money for us so that we'll be able to face this COVID. Must that listen to this thing? Let them do their job first. After doing their job, we must not play politics with everything. The problem we have in Ondo State, we bring politics to every issue. This is not an issue
So
of
you're
politics.
saying the people do not have any point?
They have point, they have point, but the fact is that
you don't see from their own angle,
Yes,
from
they
their own
don't-
point of
yes,
view. You don't see from their own point
What
of view.
I'm saying is that most of the people orchestrating this are the people who are opposed to Mr. Governor. And that is why we say
You know them.
Don't let us politicize.
You're
this
saying that as
issue.
though you know them.
We read them on the social media. We know
Okay.
what we are talking about, and then do this thing. That is number one. Number two, the issue of Mr. Governor's son. To me, I don't see an issue there, because this committee that is set up is an ad hoc committee. It has a lifespan,
Yes.
very short. Raise money, disburse the money, and at the end of the day, account for the money. That the son of the governor is secretary, to me, it's not a big deal. To some people, it is a big deal. To some people. But to me, it is not a big deal. They are only asking the young man to come and use his energy and everything to assist us in Ondo State. And if the people say that is they don't want that, to me, there is no issue in it. We should not politicize it. The man is obviously, because there is something that goes to the psyche of every average Ondo State indigene. And that is it, that anything you put somebody, they are going to steal money. If you put them there, they are going to steal money. They don't even know that these people are going to render services. No more, no less. And that is why a reputable company, a reputable audit company has been appointed.
There are issues about the audit company too. I don't know if you've heard that.
Yes, I have heard about the issues of this. For information, the governor's in-law has nothing, the family has nothing to do with, what do they call it, CIO. Nothing. The owner of CIO is Robert Ade Odiashi. That is the owner.
He's Igbo.
Whether it's Igbo, I don't know.
I'm asking you.
I don't know. You know, they say, I Google it. And that is why I saw Robert Ade Odiashi. When you see him, you will see that he has almost Yoruba name. Yeah. This one look like Igbo name. Look like Beedo. I don't know where it come from. Then the managing partner is one Itua Igodalo. And the members of the management team are Obiora Osokolo is the manager, is the financial consultant. You have one in Neka Eneli, who is the head of human resource management. You have Flora Debulu, who is one of the managers. Ajibola Shogunro, one of the managers. Felix Ogundalu, one of the managers. There is no trace of the governor's in-laws family as far as this company is concerned.
How then do you think they come up with that?
I don't know how. Listen, you know, I've rolled it out now. I want them to go and Google and come and tell us how the Rusewe family that they are talking about has interest in that company. They don't have it. And for your information, this company, this audit firm is one of the best 3 in Nigeria. Go and Google it, you will see. One of the best 3 in Nigeria. They have a name and a reputation to maintain. And they will not, because of all this, and they are doing this pro bono. There might be a way governor has talked to them and they have agreed to do it without us paying them a kobo. Abi? There must be a way governor has done it. And this is, I think those are the commendable steps that the governor must be commended rather than being chastised. Does it mean, I want to ask you a question, that if you want to be governor, you must not have in-law, you must not have relative, everybody must go over there, because nothing more this thing. You see, I think governance has gone beyond what we are looking at. Governance is no longer there. I want to beg our people, if you want to criticize constructively. And if you are dishing out facts, don't dish out falsehood. Dish out real, true facts of life. So that because when you dish out falsehood to the people and they take it away, it has an effect, very bad effect. And for us to avoid that, those who are dishing out information, they must be sure of their information, the source of their information, that this source, this fact is correct to the best of their knowledge. For me, and for what I have found out, there is no relationship between CIO and the governor's family.
Okay, let me ask you. Have funds started coming in? Mm-hmm. I'm asking you, funds have started coming in. Donations.
I think it is the committee. When they address a press conference, when they talk to us, they will tell us what donation has come in. For me, I'm speaking of what I know. What I don't know, I don't speak of it. I will speak fast. I know they must have been going around and they must have been getting donation. And all I know is that before even the committee was set up, there was a donation from this bank. What is the name of the bank? Is it, I can't remember the name of the bank, that donated about 28 million. Therefore, I think that is one of the donations. And maybe that was what prompted Mr. Governor to say, if this is it, let us set up a committee that can drive this. This committee will not take a kobo from this money. I'm sure Falowo cannot say this is where I want to. Falowo is a billionaire. Is it where we want to get money? He wants to help Ondo State. Let us, for me too, all this recycling should stop.
Just saying new people should be involved.
New people should come on board. Let us know new people that are making the wave all over the place. Let us talk about them. You talk about past governors, yes. past governors can still be involved. If you are a past governor and you have the interest of this state at heart, if you are anybody and you have the interest of this state at heart, you too, you can mobilize funds and channel it to that committee. You don't have to be put in front before you know what to do. I know Baba Adeojo now, he will put money in this committee. I trust him. I know of TB Joshua, he will put money into this committee. You see, you don't have to let new people, let new hands do something. Let us even know them, and we will be knowing our people. All these people, we don't know their profile before. Nobody knows, some of us who know Falowo, that is a rich man who knows Falowo, as the chief executive of Greenwich Trust Limited. Not many people know him. This one has exposed him. It has exposed Aketobede. Jide Guma might be known, but this is the extent at which they will know him more. Let us try to let those people who are hidden, let's bring them out. All this recycle is not aiding development. We need to develop. We must move fast. We must go up. We cannot be static.
Let's talk a little bit about the local government election that is on hold now in Ondo State. The local government election.
Yes.
A lot of people are saying that should this, what is going on presently, let's say, for instance, if we don't see an end to it quickly, what is going to happen with local government election, considering the fact that governorship election is also coming up in Ondo State?
Let us not jump the gun. For me, COVID will go away very soon.
Yes, sir.
Very
the prophet.
soon. I'm not a prophet. I'm believing in God, that God is going to do wonder. You believe in wonder? You believe in the power of God? God can do everything. There is nothing he cannot do. Therefore, when we get to the bridge, we will cross. For now, local government election has been suspended by ODEC. All political activities has been grounded by government. Therefore, nothing is moving for now. Even the governorship election that you are talking about, COVID too will decide. There are some elections, senatorial by-election, House of Rep by-election, House of Assembly by-election that INEC ought to have conducted now. All has been shifted. All has been suspended. Therefore, let's wait. Our prayer now is that COVID should go away. We don't want it again. It's not part of us. It's not meant for our land. And it's not even meant for this world. It's an act of God to test our efficacy, to test whether we believe in him, whether we trust him or we don't trust him. Therefore, it's an attempt for those who don't believe in God to believe in God, that there is a living God who is more than science, who is more than everything you are talking about, and who is the one who allow you to use your brain to do science. And that God is at work, and that God will remove COVID.
Okay, right, Victor Lavit. Any other thing you would like to add before we go?
The other thing I would like to add is that I want to appeal to our people in Ondo State. And I want to appeal to the political class. Lying is not part of politics. Some people now believe that to tell lies is part of politics. No. No. Absolutely no. Our forefathers that we inherited politics from, people like Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Ahmadu Bello, and all of them, Zik, they never tell lies. They tell the people what they want to do. They criticize constructively. When they tell you something, they give you alternative. I'll give you an example.
The solution. Awolowo did a lot of that.
In 1981, when Chief Obafemi Awolowo saw the way our economy was going, he told us that we are almost shipwrecking economically and that we need to do something. The things we must do, he narrated, he stated it 1, 2, 3, 4. They said he is a prophet of doom. I remember a lot of things that were said about him. We refused to listen. A year after, the economy crashed. And that is what we are in up to today. People might not know. That is what we are in up to today. That is one is a politician. Baba was a politician. He tells the truth. I think we should borrow from him. Those of us who call ourselves Awoists. those of us who call ourselves that we are politicians, we should not revel in lies. We should stop telling lies. Say it the way it is. Nobody is going to kill you. If they accept you, they accept you. If they don't accept you, no problem. And again, I want to appeal to our people. What we did today, they say Agagu is the best, so he has done well. When Agagu was there is nothing unprintable they never said about him. They brought him down. Today they say he's the best. God has given us another person now, and he's doing well. He is a human being. He must have his own human fallibility. But when we talk in terms of development of Ondo State, in terms of taking this state to the next higher level, Akeredolu is doing it. Let's give him a chance.
All right, thank you very
Let's
much.
support him.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable.
To do more for the people of Ondo.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Victor Lamito, Special Advisor to the Governor of Ondo State on Political Matters and former Speaker, Ondo State House of Assembly. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
All right, this is where we draw the curtain to this edition of the program. Aketi is working. My name is Dimeji Danes. Good morning, and thanks for listening.